Hello, Keen Beans. Here is your homework. So we're just going to take a look at parallel and perpendicular. I'll try not to bore you. You can see the basic pictures here, and I know you already know what that means. The second slide here is just making you think about the fact, and I think you know this already, that if they're parallel, then the gradient is the same. If they're perpendicular, then the lines have opposite reciprocals. So you're going to flip it over, 3 becomes a third. If it was negative, it becomes positive. If it was positive, it becomes negative. And I'm not sure if I have this on the next slides, but I'm just going to give you this concept to test for perpendicular. It means if I take M1 times M2, I better get -1. And if that's the case, then you know that your lines are perpendicular. All right, so just a little bit of work so that we have the tiniest bit of practice on finding opposite reciprocals. So if this is the gradient of my first line, what I'm looking for here is the perpendicular gradient. You can pause this and do it yourself first, or just listen along. So 4 becomes -1/4. Flipped over, made negative. If it was -2/7, it's going to be positive, and I flip it over and get 7/2. Okay, this one here is negative, so it's going to be positive. Flipped over is 2/1, but that's ugly, so we know that's just 2. When I have a whole number, I have -3/1. I know that the reciprocal is going to be positive, and it's going to be positive 1/3. 4/8 is the same as 1/2. When I flip it over, it's going to be 2, and it's going to be -2. All right, so describe the triangle joining these 3 points, and I've already given you the graph of it. Pause the video and do it yourself. And hopefully you paused long enough. So boom, there is a possible solution. So you can look at 2 different things there. You can deal with the concept that we know if the lengths are equal, and in this case 2 of my sides are equal, so I know it's isosceles. Be careful not to stop too soon. I've also come back and looked at the slopes of each of the lines. Right here, I've tested AB and AC, so I'm looking at this and this. I've found my perpendicular test to be true. AB is perpendicular to AC, so I have not just an isosceles triangle, but an isosceles, right? Okay, same concept here. I'm going to have you guys find the equation of this line through 2, -1 that's perpendicular to the given line in standard form. And I want you to give your answer in standard form. So pause the video. Pause it, don't cheat. All right, and now that you've come back, here's the solution. So I'm going to trust you to pause this and to look through the solution if you didn't get it. Otherwise, we'll just move along. Okay, so now we've got 2 different points. And we know that the perpendicular bisector of PQ cuts the axes at A and B. Now be careful, we're talking about the X and the Y axes. So this is what's going to give you 2 points. And I want you to find the length, not lengths, the length of AB. Pause the video, have a go. Okay, I'm assuming you paused and come back. So here is your solution. Pause it again, take a look, have a look through the working that I've done, make sure that your answer matches, and hopefully, if I haven't made mistakes, we have 2√5. Okay, this problem right here is actually quite challenging. I've given you 3 points. All we know is that they lie on the circumference of a circle, and what I want you to do is find the radius. So pause this right now and think about it before I give you a hint. Okay, so hopefully you paused it, you came back. Now, if you are at all stuck, my hint is this. We know that the distance from the center to point P is the same as the distance from the center to Q, which is the same as the distance from the center to R. So my hint is this. At the origin, let's create a point A, B, and take a look at those distances, and it will require some simultaneous equations. So pause again, have a go, and when you're ready, the solution is next. All right, it's a little bit small, but not too bad. Hopefully you can read through that. And I ended up with the center at 7.3. Pause the video, take a look at the working if you are at all stuck. Make sure you're happy. Okay, we have a line given the equation 2x minus y equals 1. We know that it passes, the line K passes through a point P, 2, 3, so it's a different line K. And that line K is perpendicular to the line L. And what you want to do is find the equation of line K. Strongly recommend you draw the first line and get a good feeling for what you're looking for. It makes the rest of the working so much easier. So pause the video, draw this, have a go. All right, I'm assuming we're back and on to the solution. It's not that complicated once you actually draw the diagram. Without a diagram, it's really difficult to think through it. So, oh, I didn't actually finish my line, did I? So let's finish the working here. So y minus 3, sorry, let's multiply by 2. So 2y minus 6 is equal to negative x plus 2, and x plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. Again, pause the video, have a go, and the solution will be coming in a moment. But pause, 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 don't cheat. And here's the solution. Not too bad. They're getting easy, hopefully. Again, I was a little bit lazy here. If we finish our working, we've got 2y minus 4 is equal to x minus 2. Because x should be positive, I'm going to go ahead and move everything to the right-hand side and say x minus 2y plus 2 equals 0. Have a go, pause the video. When you're ready, the solution will be coming, but make sure you pause and think through the problem first. All right, here it comes. Whoops. And I do believe this is our last question. So, last one, pause the video, see what you can do with this, and when you're ready, move on to the solution. Ooh, yay, I wasn't lazy here. Awesome. Hopefully, this is all kind of clear. As you come out of this, you guys, I really need for you to think about how you're keeping track of this information. Whether it's just the beginning slides that you need and the working is enough to ingrain it into your head. I just want you to be really clear about a couple things. I want you to be, I want you to be clear about the concept of multiplying the gradients to test for perpendicular. I want you to be really clear about what standard form looks like and what gradient intercept form looks like. And then we've worked through quite a few examples, so hopefully you're also really confident with y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 to find the equation of your line. And you do not have to do these problems until class time. I'll attach them if you want to take a look at them, but I will assume that we'll have a go in class on Friday. See ya!